So today I'm going to share with you on how do you get paid as an entrepreneur. And I'm not talking about the technical side of getting paid as an entrepreneur. So if you're talking business acquisitions, I'm not talking about the fact that you can get paid at closing when you close a deal and buy a business. I'm not talking about you getting paid in income or dividends or consulting fees or whatnot. I'm not talking about you getting paid in exit. I'm not talking about any of those. You can get that in all my other videos or anywhere else online. You can learn how to technically get paid as an entrepreneur, but no one really let you know how do you really get paid as an entrepreneur when you run a business. And don't get me wrong, it took me some time. I remember when I had my first business, it took me some time to understand even how do I even pay myself as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, right? So when you get that out of the way, now you move to the real part of getting paid. Like eventually everyone understand that they need to pay their taxes, they need to understand their KPIs, they need to understand sales, marketing, and all those basics stuff in business. But no one tells you that there's more to being an entrepreneur, that there's more to being a business owner, that the real way to get paid isn't just technicality. It's more about what other stuff are you doing in the business? What kind of leader are you becoming to be able to get paid? How do you become the best leader you can? And if you want to take it even another level, how do you become a servant leader? Someone who's doing things not just for the sake of technically getting paid and doing just whatever needed right now for the sake of short-term needs. How do you understand that to run a really good business, you can't make it about you. It's about them. It's about everyone else. It's about your employees, your customers. And to really make those decisions, those are the hard decisions. When you learn how to make those decisions, which I'm going to share with you some more in a second, that's how you really get paid. But when all you think about is how can I get paid a little bit more than my friend or my neighbor or my competitor, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to think about being generous and generosity in general when you're just comparing yourself to others and you think that by you getting paid a little bit more, you'll get a little bit more self-worth. You want to know how to really get paid as an entrepreneur? Be generous. Think about this for a second. If you saw right now one of your family members drowning in a beach, would you go and try to save him? Tell me in the comments below, would you? Like, in the end of the day, it comes down, most of the people will probably say yes. Why? Because it's just the right thing to do. It's the generous thing to do. And it's more than just about you. It's an action that is there to be taken to understand that it's not about you. And would you jump to the water to save him even if you weren't the best swimmer? Would you? It's about helping the other person to get what he wants. That's how you get paid. And it's doing it from the heart. And to do art, I feel like entrepreneurship is like being an artist almost, as weird as it sounds. Why? Because you do things that might or might not work. Because you do things that others might or might not like. You're taking a risk. You're jumping into the water without you knowing if you're even going to swim or not. That's what being an entrepreneur is like. You dive into the water because that's the right thing to do for you. Because you feel it, because you know it, because that's your purpose. I don't know why, but you do it because you need to do it. And sometimes you're not in control. Most of the time, you're probably not in control as much as you think. Think about travel agents, right? How many of those you have right now? Basically almost none. Why? Because the online travel agencies, the online sites to order flights and stuff like that and travels came to the world. So were they in control? I mean, sometimes things come on you that you can't control. Industry change. Look at the economy right now. Who would expect it? Look at restaurants. Look at, all the retail. Entrepreneurs who took a lot of risks to start restaurants, to start retail companies. Where are they at right now? Can they do something? No, but they took the risk anyway because they needed to, because they had to. That's what business is about. And the rules are changing. They're always changing, which means that you will need to change. The only constant thing in life and business is change. And trying to copy a competitor, sometimes it's too late, if you're not innovating, if you're not first. Look at 2020. I think the biggest lessons we got is that there is no guarantee to nothing. So as a leader, to really get paid, you need to innovate. You need to go out there and take action. You can't do it every now and then. You got to do it every single day. It becomes your art. You wake up and you do your art because you need to, because you have to. You make it a practice. You make it a habit. And you got to give everything that you can to every second that you put your work. Because if you do average work, you'll get average results. Too many people out there wait to be picked. Wait that someone will come to them and tell them, hey, here's your check. You can't do that. You gotta be out there and innovate and take initiative and take risks. People out there are too afraid. They're afraid that someone won't like them. They're afraid that someone will tell them that they're bad or that they're a scam. But it doesn't matter. You need to do it because you need to, because you have to. Because if you have that thought that you can, you must. You can't wait. You do it for yourself. You do it for your customers. You need to remember that you don't need all customers. You can have an amazing business even if half of the world hates you. But you do what is needed for your customers because they need it. Because you have to give it to them because that's your thing. Because that's your art. To share your art with them, with your clients. Even if it's 10 clients in the world. If that's your purpose, if that's what you need to do, you do it anyway. Even if everyone else hates you, and even if everyone else don't accept you. But if there are 10 people who needs you, you do it. You gotta lean into your vision, to lean into your fear, to jump in. That's how you get paid as an entrepreneur. And nothing is guaranteed to work. If you're looking for someone to tell you everything is gonna be okay, I'm not that person. But if you're just gonna wait and let your fear win, you're never gonna forgive yourself, never. Jump in. That's what you sign up as an entrepreneur. If you're starting from scratch or you're buying a business, it doesn't matter. That's what you sign up for. And that's what you do as an entrepreneur. And that's what you do as the leader of a company. Because otherwise, what you have to do, if you really run a real company, it's not like you're doing the day-to-day work. If you own a landscaping company, it's not like you're going out there and doing the landscaping work. So what do you actually do? What are you left with as the leader, as the entrepreneur? What do? You run the thinking. You are the brain. You are the thinking. You want to show me a business, I'll show you a reflection of the entrepreneur. I'll show you a reflection of the owner, period. There are no business problems. There are personal problems of the owner, starting with the owner and employees, that are reflected in the business, period. And it's interesting to see in the business how it works. You basically, at first, you paid for what you do if you're starting from scratch, right? You get paid for what you do. Then you get paid for what you know. But the real way to grow a business is you getting paid by who you grow. And that's the beauty with acquisitions entrepreneurship. If you are a leader and you see yourself a leader, that's how you really get paid, by growing others right away, as soon as you've done a deal. And there's no real rule books, you know? You need to create your rules. Every business is a bit different. Every business is very similar, but it's a bit different. There is no job description. So the only way forward, the only way for you to do things and get paid as an entrepreneur is to do things before you're ready. Is to solve problems, even if you're not doing it perfectly, because you're solving it for the sake of solving it. Because you're solving it because you need to solve it, because someone else is looking for someone to solve their problems. And yeah, of course, you optimize as you go. But, you know, the first car wasn't a Tesla car. It took some time. The best businesses out there weren't built in a weekend. Usually being built in 5, 7, 10 years. When you see the biggest businesses that you admire, it didn't take a day, it didn't take a weekend. It took much longer. And good enough is good enough. Better isn't perfect. Better is simply better. That's what you need to focus on. You want to get paid as an entrepreneur. You know, everyone is talking right now about net promoter score. You know, asking clients how much would they recommend their product. But you want to know how to really get paid? Give value. Be a human. Be generous. That's how you really grow a business. Show generosity to your clients and employees, and I'll show you businesses that are growing, period. So that's the path you're going to take as an entrepreneur. There's no shame here. And it's not easy. And it's not easy, especially when you're fighting against the system that's many times against you. But if you'll accept the change, you'll be fine in any type of economy. If you'll understand that the best businesses that you see nowadays were built on the last economy issue that we had. And wishing or hoping that things will get back to the way they were is you wasting your time. You can't do that. You gotta be like a surfer, you know? They don't say, I wish the wave today will be the same as yesterday. It's always a new wave. The variation, the variety, that's the point. The wind is always going to change. People used to pay extra to go to a place that is unpredictable. And you got unpredictable situation for free. You didn't need to pay to go for an unpredictable place for you to have this scenario that we're all going through right now. So accept that the world is shifting faster than you can think. And you trying to control things to be more predictable isn't going to help you. So enjoy the wave and ask yourself, I get this opportunity to ride this wave. How do I ride it right now? How do I enjoy it? How do I make a change? How do I make a difference while I enjoy riding this wave? Because that's what you're asked to do as a leader. That's how you get paid for. What's normal is that there's never two waves that are the same. The only constant is that there's change. There's always change. And to know how to handle those changes and innovate and be creative and take risks while you have those changes, that's how you really get paid as an entrepreneur.